Hi friends, Nicola from Adisoft. In this video we will draw SVG files and save them. Later add parameters so that they have colors that are modifiable in Qgis, and also show you how to change the colors based on an attribute, both in the symbology and in the attribute table. Let's begin. I will add the image first. I use the image to draw the SVG over. Let's go here, change the document properties. I want the file to be in pixels 600 by 600, which will give us pretty good resolution. Also I will add a grid. Let's go to grids, rectangular grid, new, and spacing will be 20 by 20. Make a grid every, and this will be in pixels, of course. By 20, and page will be 6. Alright, close this. Now the document is set, of course. Then we will change the snapping options. If you see this menu, you must go to view and change it to custom, so that you can see these icons here. They can be turned also some other ways. I prefer the simple one. Let's see, we have snap to nodes, of course, as turn snap to path, snap to path intersections, and snap to cut nodes. We also have snap to grid and snap to guides. Let's make sure that this is in the corner, right? And let's stretch this to the other corner. Now, in terms of layers, it can be turned Ctrl, Shift and L. We have only one layer. Let's rename it to image, because the image is in that layer. Let's create another layer which will be background, above the image of course, and another layer which will be pattern, which are all these things inside the circle. In background we will draw the circle. For radius, let's double click on it, and also I don't like this white color, it's slightly misleading. Let's make it gray for now, and add some transparency. Let's place this. Now it's in the middle, and also I want it to be full circle. That's done by changing the start and end values. 0 and 180, I want 160. And now this circle is in background. We will change, of course, the radius. I want it to be 290 because I want some space for the width of the outline. And let's go again to this option, and X will be 10, Y will be 10, to place it in the center. Now let's add some outline width to it. In this case, what's it? 2 is okay, 1 can be also okay. We can add even some more. 3 and other thing. 3 is good enough so that we can see it. Now in terms of the objects inside, we will draw half circles and stretch them. I will show you how. Let's go to the other left, pattern. Again go to the circle 2. Make it big enough. And let's change it to half circle. flip it vertically by clicking V. You can also go to Object, Flip Vertical, and let's place them correctly. I will not necessarily go with this placement because I don't like it's too close here and too close here. I don't like this. I will simply use the center one. We have the center circle here. Let's go to double click. We have, you see, only two options to stretch from here and from here. That's why we need to convert it to path, object to path, and double click again. This will add us 2 more points. Let's add another one, place it somewhere around where the two nodes intersect. Let's see. And this one as well. And I will just create the semicircle, even quarter of an ellipse, because it's an ellipse. Let's change these handles to be vertical. Align these two and place it around this intersection. Oh no, it's too steep. Place it here, and again the handles will be used to change the steepness of this. Let's reduce the width, the stroke to 1 so that we can see it clearly. Let's change this slightly. Don't forget that by dragging these handles you are changing the appearance of both nodes. And the whole segment. So I will just make it look good. Now we don't need this snap to grids for now. I will turn it off. Let's make this course perpendicular to the horizontal direction. We can even reduce the length of this candle. Make it like this. And this seems good to me. Let's see. Yes, perfect. Now we are ready to duplicate this. Let's click H, duplicate. First Ctrl+D to duplicate, and H to flip horizontally, and align them. Perfect. And now by selecting both, and we go to Path Union. That will create one element from these two. Let's see the nodes. We don't need this node anymore. That's it. And now we will create the other two. Let's first change the background. I want the field to be black with no opacity. And now duplicate and place it correctly. Just to look right, not too close to the border, of course. And I will align this point to the grid. Alright, and this is 2 lines from the major grid, so our other line will be there. Let's return this. Alright, and now the final touch. Let's make this above the other two. Let's go to object, raise, and these two will be lowered. And now we are ready to delete the image. We don't need the image anymore. Delete. Change the background of the circle to fully visible and white. And these are also fully visible black. That's our element. Now we will save it. Save it as an SVG file. Done. Let's close this. Let's open it with Notepad++. To download Notepad++, just Google it, of course. Notepad++ home, you click here and you go to download, of course. It's free software which is very useful for editing files. Better than the original Notepad. Let's go here. You can see this is the code of the whole SVG. What we will change in order to be for the symbol to be modifiable in Qgis is the fill. This is the background. You can see the label here. That's why I separated the elements into layers to identify which layer is according to which elements. Here we add param fill so that it is modifiable. On stroke we add param outline. Stroke width we add param stroke width. And that's about it. Let's add param outline to the internal objects. Close this one. And let's create the other ones. Join me after I've created them, and in the next part we will of course see what happens in Qgis, how to change the symbology colors and how to use them, how to use the symbols. It's Nicole Aleph signing off and wishing you inspiration in your geographical